Morning everyone. Today is the beginning of the 10x Trunder event. Last year I used around 700 ancients and 21 sacreds. I remember that very well, and I didn't get Trunder. It was also a poisoned event for those who don't remember. I think it was October or something. It was Trunder, Trunder, Tyrant and someone else, and I think I got like 3 tyrants on top of the 2 I already had. So this morning I woke up and a lot of people requested me to do a top 10 tips for raid players going over to Magnum Quest. And I know there's a lot of fantastic videos by other content creators for Magnum Quest. What I try to do is to consider this from a raid perspective. The biggest difference from a raid perspective are 2 or 3 things. First is the summoning portal. What's the biggest difference here is this button on the right hand side called the magic list. The magic list allows you to select which champions you want and which champions you don't want. The key subtle point here is that you must fill the list. If you don't fill the list, it will randomly fill it for you. So I can't just select one champion in a faction and have all my luck focused on that champion. The other 4 empty slots will get randomly filled for you. So fill your list. Food can be on the list. So you see here, I've selected some food because I want to get dupes and ascend my other champions, right? My other, area's top champions. For how ascension works, that's a separate video. That will take too long to explain. Okay. Coming back to the portal, there are 3 or 4 different resources that you use in the portal to get champions. There are many other mechanisms to get champions, right? We're just talking about summoning here, right? The first is your dragon shards, right? Or whatever they're called, these blue crystals. They're effectively equivalent to ancient shards in raid. The only difference is summoning 1 costs 150, summoning 10 has a discount of 1350, so never summon 1, okay? Always do 10. As far as I know, there are no 2x or 10x events. The magic list is effectively like like a summoning permanent, customizable summoning targeting. Okay, so if you want, just use 1350, like as soon as you get it, right? Or save a few hundred, maybe 1,000, for buying other stuff, because you can use this to buy other precious resources as well. This is a friend badge that you can get for free by just sending friend requests and stuff like that all the time. So this has a lower chance. So ancient shards have 5% chance for legendaries, right? Gold tier heroes. This is reduced at 2.5%, I believe. Okay, 2.5. And then there are these cards. They're called faction cards. Faction cards are like ancient shards. They also have 5% chance, and they're faction specific. So today we are on humans or fortress champions, and every day it changes. So you can also force a change if you can't wait a day, but I wouldn't recommend that. I'll just say be patient and wait for the faction you want. Okay, and you can just use these as they come. Okay. Oh, battery running low. So actually, ooh, gold! A new one. Oh, Arthur! I need Arthur. He's great. He's like Valk. He puts great shields up, but he's only good if you can maintain those shields. During cooldowns, he doesn't do any damage. He really doesn't do much. So, oh, fantastic. That's super cool. I'm glad that happened on the video as well. He is like A plus tier, S tier. Okay, this explains summoning. Oh, one more thing about summoning. The more you summon, the more rewards you get. And in the final one, you get a golden card that allows you to select any legendary as long as they're not in the Divinity or Abyss factions. So any of the 4 main earthly factions. Okay. The second thing I want to explain that is significantly different to Raid, Shadow Legends, are these kind of events. These events in Raid, they're just events that give you very meager rewards for doing a lot of normal things you would probably do anyway. But here, the key difference is These events give you great rewards, but they're extremely costly. The current one that is being done is the dice reward. This ends in a few days. I'm just going to grab a drink of water because my voice is a bit dry in the morning. You can see every time you go around the board, you go from round 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. Okay. And you can select your reward. Look at these legendary champions. Many of them top tier, including Abyss, Divinity, the best undead factions, some of the best high elf factions. You have to get to round 10 to select one of the normal legendaries, round 20 to select one of the Divinity or Abyss legendaries, and then round 30, and this loops to be back again. So 30 for normal legendary, 40 for Divinity Abyss legendary. So buying dices might be okay. Now, the price for dices is really counterintuitive to your raid logic, okay? The daily pack, which gives you a normal and a magic dice. A magic dice means that you can select any value you like. Is quite cheap, 0.89. 0.89 for 2 dice is really cheap. But it gets more and more expensive the more you buy. So this game punishes you for the more money you spend, the less efficient it becomes, rather than more efficient, okay? So a lot of the purchasable only one-time things are really good value. So if anything, you want to buy that, okay. Another thing to be aware of in this game is that a lot of the low-cost things are really good value to get you into the buying, right? The higher cost ones are rarely good value. And a lot of the things they say, which are like 600% off, 1000% off, don't necessarily believe in that. In my opinion, it's not even remotely true. Especially that when you enter a level and you get a timed purchase, like 2 hours left for a special purchase. A lot of that is not good value in my opinion. Okay, so we've covered summoning and getting champions. We've covered purchasing. The only other one to cover is your heroes. I think ascending your heroes, there's better guides. Leveling your heroes in a squad, this makes sense. So the only thing is I want to highlight is combat and unique abilities. Okay, your hero's first ability that shows up is their unique, like major abilities. Okay, so it's this one here, the red one is their major unique ability. Okay, this is the only ability that you can control when and whether they use it or not, and it makes a huge difference. So for example, in this particular lineup, let's say that I want to, for example, do something like this. My elven tank at the front pulls the enemy in, but also bashes them away using his heroic ability. And I just want to switch that off. Look at the right hand corner, I switch that off. If I don't switch it off, it will bash them away, and my whirlwind by my Ares, Trunder, will not do as much damage, right? So, but now maybe I want to use some crowd control and I switch it on just to bash it away, you see, and then do some final crowd control. Even in this particular case, it's not needed. That's the only other thing. That's the only controllable element during actual gameplay. Okay, everything outside gameplay is just about setting up and knowing the affinities at the bottom, just like Raid, etc, etc. Okay, that's it guys. Looking forward to Trunder 10X and see you later.